birthday hour. Birthday hour shy. Birthday hour. Birthday hour shy. Birthday hour. Birthday hour shy. All praise unto Yahweh Shemel Shai Boharakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone. Honestly, brothers, that we're pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. So it's going to be a relatively short video. Going into this why I joined IUIC marketing campaign. Which this is a marketing campaign. Pretty much when you're selling the product, in order to get new customers, basically you have to do theatrics like this. Okay, you might have a celebrity, okay, or a person that looks like most other people, and they might do the marketing for you and say, look, this is why I wear these, this is why I do that, in order to push the product. But we have to be mindful of is what product is being pushed. Okay, because you got a lot of people out there that are going to see this and they're going to join because of what these people say. The reality of the situation is the Mosai is going to have was dealing with a little sanctuary. Okay, Mosai wasn't dealing with a huge marketing budget where you got to go out there and get thousands and thousands of people. All right. He was dealing with a small sanctuary. Okay, let me get that scripture. All right. He was dealing with a small group of people. All right, that was gonna okay, not that scripture. He was dealing with a small group of people. Why it is the gate? That's in Matthew. Okay, he was dealing with a handful of people that was gonna be delivered out of this place, man. All right, why is these precepts not coming up, man? That's saying why isn't it okay? I know it's in the book of Matthew. Man, I'm tripping, man. Okay, let's put straight then. Bear with me. Man, this thing is tripping. There we go. That's why. That's why. So the search is limited or something. So how do I from Genesis to Revelations? There we go. So that's gonna do what I wanted to do now. Okay, let's put wide in there. So that should bring up what I needed to bring up now. Apologies again. Where is the gate? Okay, so Matthew 7:13. It says, enter ye at the straight gate. Okay, for wide is the gate. All right, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. So there's also another scripture that goes into it where it says, pretty much you're not supposed to be following a multitude to do iniquity. Now you might say, oh, look, listen, we ain't going off, whatever. Let us do our thing. Stop hating. I'm just reading the scriptures, man. Okay, when you compare the camps, the so-called alphabet camps, okay, the different Israelite groups that you have out there, what you notice is pretty much what you notice is there's a big push to get a whole bunch of numbers, except for the Great Millstone camp, because pretty much within Great Millstone, we ain't dealing with numbers, man. We're dealing with people that are on a certain type of mindset. Okay, and to show you what that mindset is, we can go into the book of Ezekiel, the 9th chapter, on the 4th verse. So when you go into Ezekiel 9:4, check what this scripture says. And says, and the Lord said unto them, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the men that sigh and cry for all the abomination that be done in the midst thereof. That's not no large group of people, man. Okay, you don't when you're sighing and crying, you ain't gonna make a video saying, look, I'm sighing and crying, therefore you gotta join this camp. That's not what these people are saying. Okay, they're not saying, look, I sigh, we saw how abominable this place was. This is why we joined. They're pushing a church vibration. Okay, when you look at that, when you look at all of their statements and that, it's all about like church environment, man. Okay, see, IUIC is a Methodist church, all right, with an Israelite twist. All right, when you actually go into the scriptures, you find out you kind of have to be raw about certain things, man. Okay, you have to be offensive, all right, and in being offensive and in being unadulterated, you're gonna get rid of a lot of people, man. That's why it talks about like I showed you, a small amount of people, and really when you're dealing with a small amount of people, those are the people that are gonna be what? They're gonna be sighing and crying for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof, because they're gonna basically they're gonna be like the off scouring. In fact, let me get that scripture, because even that word off scouring, okay, hopefully I can spell this right. No, that's scoring. Okay, even that word off scouring, that doesn't allude to a multitude of people, man. That's dealing with what? Again, a small amount of people. Because really, when you're in this, if you're really in this truth, people ain't really gonna accept you like that. Okay, you ain't gonna be able to make. You're not gonna have a very nice marketing strategy that you're gonna put, and you put it on social media, and people are gonna be able to be flocking to that. Okay, let me read this. This is the book of 1 Corinthians 4 and 13. It says, "We are fools for Yahushai's sake, but ye are wise." Right? In Yahushai, we are weak, and ye are strong. Ye are honorable, but we are despised. We are unto this present hour, we both hunger and thirst, and are naked and buffeted, and have no certain dwelling places. So one of the main things you're going to see through those videos, they're going to talk about the family structure. They're going to talk about what? They're going to be talking about building up and moving forward. Look, man, the kind of man, the kind of person that's going to be into the truth, all right, ain't going to be thinking about a continuing dwelling place, all right, building up what we going to be looking like in 20 years, and what we going to be looking like in 30 years, and what we going to be looking like in 50 years. If you're a man, if you're into this word, that's not going to be of interest to you, man. Okay, if you're really into these scriptures, the continuing dwelling place ain't going to be that's not going to be of interest to you. Okay, you're going to be focused on this kingdom being destroyed, and as a result, that's going to limit how much people you can attract. Okay, that's going to limit how much people you're going to be able to add to that movement. But guess what? It's going to leave only the quality individuals that are about what? The labor and the working. It says, "And labor and working with your hands." Okay, being reviled, we bless. Being persecuted, we suffer it. Being defamed, we entreat. Okay, we are the filth, okay, of this world, and off scouring of all things unto this day. And that's what you see pretty much at Great Millstone, man. All right. But guess what? The word goes out there and it's on point. Here it is, you got a whole bunch of people in a congregation, and you're really going into the scriptures, bro. People gonna be offended, man. The scriptures are offensive. All right. So what do you have to do to the doctrine to have it to where you got all that multitude of people? You're gonna have to cut corners, and that's one thing you notice with these massive camps is there's a whole bunch of corners being cut. Okay, pretty much they don't go into the word, man. Okay, they're not into the word like that. They cut corners, okay, to make it pleasant to the ears. Remember what the scripture says in Isaiah. It says, "Speak unto us smooth things." That's what Jake wants to hear, especially when you got a whole bunch of them. That's what they want to hear. They want to hear smooth words, man. It says, for the word of the Most High is quick and powerful, okay, sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to dividing asunder of the soul and spirit. It is the discerner, okay, even to the asunder as to the soul and spirit, and to the joints and to the marrow, and is the discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. So when you're talking about the scriptures, the actual scriptures, a lot of people gonna get cut, man. Okay, so I mean, take the video for whatever. All right, but my thing was, I was just saying, it's just a big marketing campaign, okay, to get more people joined in. And I went into the scriptures and showed you that really, when you're dealing with the truth, it's going to be a small amount of people. So with that, I'm going to say, all praise unto Yahweh Shemi Shai Wa Rock HaKadosh, that one was unto the apostles, a great millstone. One of the brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity. Shalom.